everyone. Happy Saturday. I'm so happy that you're here and you're joining me. So, a couple of things to share with you all. I am going to be, I disabled the chat because I'm in a hurry and I need to leave. So, I want to kind of get in and out. And also, if you've been following me, you noticed I chopped my hair. So, yes, I donated my hair. I did it yesterday. This is the shortest I've had my hair since I was a child, got gum in it, and my mom cut it, and I was devastated. So, and I have curly hair, so I'm learning how to style this, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm heading out in a bit. So I just wanted to get and drop this quick note today. So, what are we talking about? Jada Pinkett Smith. I know a lot of us are like, I can't listen to anymore. But because I am a visibility strategist, I was an active publicist for many years, brand manager. I always like to bring the do's and don'ts whenever we hear of any story like this one. So, what I wanted to share with you, a few things. I'm going to start with oh my goodness. Let me share. Oh my Lord, share screen. Okay, so I'm going to start with, this is somebody that I follow, Jessie Wu. She happens to be also a Florida girl like me, and she studied got the same master's as me apparently. So props to her. She saw Jada in, I believe this is Atlanta, and so this is what she had to say.
This is where the media, and I get it. This is where the media wants to clamp on something. Oh, they've been, spin it all around. So yes, we were separated for 7 years until Oscar night.
Okay, so let's listen to that again. Oops. Because it was easy to miss.
This is where the media, and I get it. This is where the media wants to clamp on something. Oh, they've been, spin it all around. So yes, we were separated for 7 years until Oscar night.
Okay, so here's the thing. First of all, the math isn't mathing, because if they were separated from starting in 2016, Oscar night was a year ago, then she would have been separated for 6 years. But putting that aside, why didn't she just say that from the beginning, from the first interview that she had with Hoda, the Today Show? And then when she went back on the Today Show, why didn't she clarify that point? This is why we're like, what is going on? And everyone's cheering for her. I mean, like, everyone's cheering for her, which is great. And at the same time, it's just, I mean, does it really take this long to get a story straight? I just don't understand. It's a little strange to me that, I mean, her publicist has been doing a good job of getting her a ton of media coverage and bookings and all that on the press tour, the book tour. But at the same time, I don't know if they're doing a good job of coaching her on what to say, right? Because, I mean, it shouldn't be really that difficult, frankly. It shouldn't be that difficult to just tell the truth. And though Jada is somebody who has historically been kind of like, put it all out there, share it all. Meanwhile, she's only giving certain pieces. So there have been 3 different stories here, and I'm not really sure. I didn't get her book because I didn't really feel inspired or called to after all of this strange story changing and flip-flopping over the last few weeks. So let me know your thoughts on that, and what do you think about that? I was confused. Right, somebody here, actually, I just saw this. but she was confused why Will called her wife by Jada. Right. I mean, her storyline changes every single time. It's hilarious. Yeah. So even just looking at the comments here, and some of y'all don't listen to understand. Y'all listen for how you can find an issue. She was the one who herself said the media wants to like grasp on it, but she literally had the chance, an exclusive interview. She had a chance to explain her story and be clear. And it doesn't, I mean, I don't even know what to say at this point about her story. But what I did want to say is, let me get off of that and share this one because I thought this was kind of interesting. So this is her speaking out, I guess, a couple of days ago. Now, I had looked up last week, a few days ago, actually, which was last week, a few days ago, the rankings in the New York Times bestsellers list, which came out on Wednesday. And I actually had seen one specific category where she was showing up as number 4, and I missed another category where she's number 3. So this is what she's referring to here.
Well, this morning, I just wanted to take some time and just say thank you to my RTT family, to the worthy warriors out there, and just to all of you that are willing to read and hear my story beyond the headlines. I found out yesterday that we made it to number 3 on the New York Times bestsellers list. And I'll tell you what's even more dope is that it's 4 women at the top of the bestsellers list right now. There's Rachel, Cassidy, myself, and the Miss Dolly Parton. And I was sitting here thinking that there was a time where women actually had to take on the names of men in order to be published. And here we have 4 women at the top of the bestsellers list. So congrats to all of you. And thank you once again to everyone that has supported Worthy. I'm deeply grateful.
Well, my thoughts on this. She seems genuine in her appreciation and gratitude. She's appears to have humility here. Whether that's real or not, I don't know, but I do believe that she is probably grateful, that that's probably sincere. So that is cool that she is on. I mean, props to her. You know, here's the thing, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you what I was covering because this was on the Amazon list. Her book was had been number 2 on the Audible list and number 2 down from Britney Spears, which was number 1. And though her hardcover book kept dropping, drop. I think it topped at number 3. And here it says she is currently 110. So it's about maybe 11 days from when her book released, and she's 110 in books. So that's where I thought that was a little bit concerning. But the New York Times compiles books from not only Amazon books, but also from Barnes and Noble. I mean, basically anywhere that books are sold. And I think that maybe because she did well in audiobooks, let's see where they are where she is in audiobooks still. Even the hardcover hasn't done comparatively so well. She's still number 1 in Audible books in all of her subcategories, and she's number 4. Britney's number 1, Killers of the Flower Moon number 2, and Atomic Habits number 3. So last week when I checked, she was number 2 behind Britney. Atomic Habits was number 3. And then a few days ago, Killers of the Flower Moon moved up, and then Jada was number 3. So it's interesting. It's interesting that she's still high in audiobooks. If the hardcover is 110, but the audiobook is high, what that tells me is that people are willing to use their Audible credits to listen to her story. Or actually, I'm not sure if she's narrating it. Maybe they want to hear it from her directly. And they're willing to do that, but not willing to buy the book, or not as many comparatively. Okay, so she's actually narrating her book. So maybe people do want to listen to her. And also, this is really interesting. The book is 14 hours and 57, so almost 15 hours. Meanwhile, Britney Spears' book is just a little over 5 hours, which is very, very interesting, because Britney Spears got Michelle Williams, the actress, to narrate it for her. So that's really interesting. But let's go to the bestsellers list on the New York Times, because I wanted to make sure that we got that. Now, this is what I had covered last week. So the bestsellers list for the New York Times comes out on Wednesday of each week, and it has the bestsellers from the previous Tuesday to Tuesday. So the week starting on Tuesday through Tuesday, and that's why a lot of books launch or release on Tuesday, so that they can get a full week's worth of sales input into the bestseller campaign, right? So this is what I had reported on last week, that I saw that she was 4 behind other books in the combined print and ebook nonfiction. But what I did not mention, because I didn't look at every single category, is that she's number 3 in the hardcover nonfiction. So that's kind of like a subcategory. And Rachel Maddow got number 1, who she also released on the same day as Jada's book at number 1 as well. And then Cassidy Hutchinson, number 2, and Dolly Parton's number 4. So this is where she was talking about the top 4 books, 1, 2, 3, 4 of women in the hardcover nonfiction. So that's truth that she's speaking there. You know, it's amazing that top 4 in nonfiction, and like she said, that they're all women using their own names. Like they're not trying to pretend to be men just to get published. So her point there was valid, and definitely noteworthy in this, for empowering women to share their voices. Now, I fully expect that Britney Spears' book, because she released last Tuesday, so the data will be from Tuesday the 24th through this Tuesday, and then the bestseller list will be updated on Wednesday. I fully expect that Britney Spears' book will be on this list. And so we'll see where she falls. I'm sure she'll be number 1 in the nonfiction, the nonfiction section, and it'll just see where she's at comparatively to the other books. Because like it looks here, combined print and ebook, John Grisham is in, although that's fiction. So is there an overall? I got to look at this again and see if there's an overall, because I like to see if there is an overall. But anyways, that's why the New York Times has these separate categories, because I guess sometimes fiction does better than nonfiction or whatnot. I don't know. I know that there's kids books and paperbacks, advice. So look, number 1 in advice is Arnold Schwarzenegger. So yeah. And this book, Atomic Habits, has been out since 2018, and it says here 204 weeks on the list. So it's on the advice, how to, and miscellaneous. So that's what I wanted to share for today. I really hope that we get some clarity. I mean, I don't even know if we want to hear any more from Jada, right? Like she keeps backpedaling on what she's saying or adding clarification, but we're not really sure. This last clarification about her being separated from Will until Oscars night doesn't even add up. So I'm not sure. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll say publicist dues, right? Like be willing to share your story. Be willing to put yourself out there vulnerably. Publicists don't flip-flop on your message. It really makes you lose credibility. And in this case, people are over it, right? Publicists do, and branding do, is be willing to be courageous and stand by your story, right? Publicists don't go on a ton of different media outlets to like retract your story or clarify your story. I mean, I guess in this case, maybe it helped her potentially, but I don't know. I think the jury is still out on whether her continuing to clarify her story is helping or hurting. But she did get number 3 on the New York Times bestseller list on the in the hardback nonfiction section. So something worked there, and she has been topping close to the top in the Audible books on Amazon. So that's a win there. I'm not sure why her hardback has dropped so much in the rankings. That's kind of strange to me. But yeah, so anyways, I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is this, I know I'm going to get people saying that they don't want to hear about it, but again, I like to use the application for what's going on with these different stories of how they can apply to you, your personal brand, and your business. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think that, or what do you think she did right? Or what do you think that she should change? Or what do you think she's doing wrong? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you like this video, if you learned something new, please hit the thumbs up. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more news and strategies on growing your visibility and publicity. And with that, I wish you a wonderful rest of your weekend. Bye for now.